this next section, we're going to actually build a page. We're going to open up our My Content box first in the left-hand side. So that's open. So if you have nothing built yet, you can't determine which page you're actually working on. So I like to tell students that let's make sure that we're choosing the right canvas by checking the top bar here. After home, it should tell you what page you're on, or on the right-hand side, it should be bolded. So that determines what page you're actually working on. Let's go ahead, go back to home. Go to build. And then we're on our home page. So now that we're going to concentrate on the left-hand side, which is our content box. First thing I'd like you to do is go ahead and open those different sections, the basic section, file, and image. What I want you to do, the first thing I want you to do is take that basic page you created, which is just a box, and drag that into the center area here in our work area. So it should look like this, just a square box. Okay, next I want you to take your image and drag it to the right column here. And then let's go back to our image on the left-hand side. Let's drag that into our welcome square. You'll see, if you notice, can you take it out again, Anne? It gets smaller as you see the image get large, but when she drags it into welcome, it gets smaller. So you'll know that you've done it correctly if it's small. There are two reasons why I showed you this. One is, as you could see, you could use the same item multiple times within your site. You could use the same item in multiple pages. So this demonstrates that it's not just a one-time use. You could use them multiple times. So next, let's take your paper that you uploaded and let's drag that below the welcome statement square. And now the last thing to do is go ahead and click on Preview, which is on that top bar next to Home. And you should see the beginning of a website that you've created. It may be small, but that's okay. It's a start. Once you collect your items, then building it is pretty much the easiest part. So sometimes in some templates, especially this one, on the right-hand side, when you have images, the title always seems to show. I don't want people to know that I named this image 92710, teach. That's just for my reference. So I'm going to teach you how to actually turn that off. So let's go back to the workspace. To do that, close out of that tab or new window that it opened, and it should bring you back to your workspace. And if you take your mouse and hover any area in the center, you'll notice that 3 icons on the top right corner appear. So what you'll see here is the red dot. The delete button in this sense is just like an eraser. It just erases it from the page. That means when you choose that, it does not end up in the trash. It's just erasing it from the page. The next icon next to it, as you can see, the rollover text really works here. So there's content properties. Here, this is where we're going to turn on and off fields such as titles and other items. So let's go ahead and click on that. As you can see on the right-hand side, this is what we view now on our site. And as I said, I don't want people to know that title. In this sense, this is called the content label, because this is the label I gave this image. If you notice on the left-hand side, these are the available fields. Any item that is not crossed out is being seen on your site. Any item that is crossed out is not being viewed. So we want to turn off the content label. So Anne's going to choose content label. And on the bottom left, you'll see a checkbox. Uncheck that box, and you'll see on the right-hand side automatically what you'll be seeing on your site. That should get rid of that title. Also, if you're going to be doing reflections in this portfolio, you'll notice here that reflection is by default not shown. So you have to turn it on. To turn on reflections, choose reflection. And again, on the bottom left, you see the check boxes. You just want to turn on, and it'll show the reflection on the right-hand side. In this case, we don't have a reflection for this image. But once you're done, go ahead and click on OK. And then if you click on preview, you'll see that the title has disappeared from what you see on your site. So that's how you turn those on and off. And you could do it for any item, not necessarily just images. You could also do it for your files here. Just to let you know, if you notice your file is just the link, and as Noelia mentioned earlier, that means that the user can download your file onto their desktop to view it. So let's not be mistaken, go back to the workspace please, that this tool, if you upload your paper, will not let the user view your paper automatically on your paper, on your site. You would have to copy and paste the content from your resume or any of your documents and make a basic page. So that's another misconceived notion that students expect with this tool. Also, this is just a housing area. That means any item that you upload is just being housed here. This is not an editing tool. So if you discover that you've made a typo on your paper, not your content, but your paper, you cannot edit it here in the tool. You'll have to delete it from here, then edit it in Word, then re-upload. But word of caution, if you delete it, be sure to empty your trash because it does not save over that same title. Okay. So if it says it's already existed, that means you have to delete it from your trash. Another thing is images. This does not edit images either. As you can see, it automatically shrinks or enlarges images through the tool. If you do need to shrink your images, we do have a picture tool resizer on our site that you can use if you're not a Photoshop guru or if you're not one of the image gurus.